everyone, I'm the writer. Nice to see you all again. Sorry for being gone so long, but college demanded my effort and I delivered. We have a lot to talk about what happened from the English trailer to the Great Ace Attorney, to the start of Season 4 of Ladybug and Season 7 of Italia, as well as Ninjago Season 15's endings, which broke our hearts. This video is a little different from my previous ones I've done, but this is an idea I've been thinking about for a long time. If you know the Warrior series, it is a hack and slash series where you can perform insane and beautiful combos and KOs to a lot of foes. It started with historical figures from Japan and China, but now the series has crossed over with Zelda twice, Persona 5, and Fire Emblem. It is quite popular and fun. I thought of a potential game with the Ninjago cast. This is just my idea, and this will likely never happen because it might be too violent for young kids to watch Ninjago. So without further ado, let's talk about Ninjago Warriors. First off, the Warrior series are not known for their compelling stories. It is basically a fanfiction come to life. How would this work for Ninjago? Well, it could be similar to that of The Day of the Departed. Some antagonist or Klaus comes to revive their greatest enemies, then the plot could revolve around the ninjas trying to defeat their respective antagonists, and then facing off against the Overlord or some other random villain. It is short and simple, but fun! Though the best part about these games, besides the soundtrack, is the characters and what their skills can be. Let's take a look. A few rules: the main 6 get 2 weapons and everyone else gets 1 unless this is a cool idea for a character to have 2. Only 1 element per weapon, like in Hyrule Warriors. I'll only be focusing on the games I've played, such as Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Age of Calamity, and Fire Emblem Warriors. With that, let's get on it. First off, Kai. I think it's a no-brainer that he gets a sword and the element of fire, but I feel like his style would be similar to that of Navarre from Fire Emblem Warriors. Navarre is quick, strong in both areas in which Kai excels in greatly. He cuts down his opponents with ease and leaves a fiery trail behind him. Also, they can make his sword catch fire, burn away ice and glass while making Kai fireproof. His special could have a fire dragon appearing. It would just be so cool to see. Then, a blacksmith's hammer and a moveset similar to Darunian's, but maybe with a bit more of earth elements to it. This might be a stretch and not very Kai-like, but I think it would be very cool if Kai had a reference to his time as a blacksmith and had a moveset involving him making weapons, using it, and then discarding it. His special could be remaking his Sword of Fire, as a reference to Season 10, and using it to defeat his enemies. Next is Jay. I think Lana's tome moveset would reflect Jay and his lightning and nunchucks very well. Lana and Jay are both the fastest and use lightning-based attacks to fight their opponents. I can see Jay zipping across the field, dropping a huge bolt of lightning. He would deal quick and light damage and then stun his opponents in place. Then, for his special, I can see him using electricity and unleashing it around him in a circle as it does damage and stuns his foes. Okay, I think this is a funny idea, but Jay having an invention similar to that of the style of Link's spinner, but maybe with the wind element. He would be riding his invention around, causing his opponent to be blown away from him. I could see him tinkering with his invention and powering it up. He could make explosives and inventions to blow up. His special could be him supercharging his invention as it rams into enemies. You could even have a funny animation of Jay getting dizzy with a silly smile. Cole. To be honest, I was thinking you have Darunian's hammer and moveset, but after playing as Daruk, it made more sense to have a moveset like that. Of course, Earth would be the main element. Cole swinging his hammer around as he causes the earth to shake under his feet. I also would like to add a bit of detail that Yunobo has. He eats food to power up. Imagine Cole doing that with cake, meat, and other kinds of food. That would be so cool to see. His special could be him using his lava arm and slam the hammer on the ground to blow his enemies away, as the earth rises to strike back other enemies. So if you haven't read The Weight of the Departed, there is a nice sentence in there. Cole got his hammer as a gift from his dad. That's really nice. I think it would be fitting for him to fight with his mother's swords before it was shattered, though. I think this would be a fire-based element to match with the theme of lava. His special can be centered around his Spinjitzu burst. Zane. Being a robot, I imagine Zane's fighting style to be quick and precise with his attacks. So, for the first, the shurikens. I know we don't see him use shurikens often anymore, but they are still an important part of Zane. I compare this to Sheik's fighting style. Sheik is quick and strikes using his daggers and her heart. Zane would be similar to this. His special can be him appearing from different sides of his opponents, then freezing them in place, throws his shurikens to shatter the ice and his opponents. His second weapon is his bow and arrow. I actually like this one out of all the other weapons Zane has had. so I thought of Takumi's fighting style, as opposed to Sakura, Niles, and Anna. Zane would launch many arrows at his opponents both near and far. He would then throw his arrows too. His special can be launching a bunch of arrows at the sky and a few in front of him. The arrows can be water, and then he freezes it when the arrows hit his enemies. Once his enemies are frozen, Zane powers up one more arrow, releases it, and then shatters his enemies. Nia. This was tough. I thought of Lana's spear would be good, but then I looked at Sidon and Mipha. Mipha is a healer, while Sidon is a fighter. I think you know who I went with in the end. The first element is water and having a similar moveset to that of Sidon, and after season 15, she can summon water animals to help her fight. Also, we all believe Nia to be one of the strongest characters after season 11, where she held up her unconscious brother and the team with her arm alone. Her special can be summoning her water dragon and unleashing it on her foes. Okay, her second weapon is a reference to her time as Samurai X. I went with Owain's moveset. Owain has two blades which shine different colors. One can be lightning, and the other can be fire, which is a reference to Jay and Kai. The elements will be based on lightning more than fire, though. I can see her using the blades like how she fought as her time as the samurai. Her special can have her summoning her mech charged up with electricity. She can swing the blade around and deliver a crushing blow. Lloyd is part Oni, dragon, and human. Already an odd combination, but nothing beats the forums I used to read on LEGO, which I am positive influenced this show to some degree. Not the point, but Lloyd would have a moveset similar to that of Corrin. I would personally like to see Lloyd's dragon or Oni powers, and Corrin's moveset would be perfect to show that. He or she uses the dragon power to fight their enemies, which is really cool. Lloyd's special can involve his dragon powers and energy. That would just be so cool to see. So, Lloyd doesn't really use any other weapon other than his powers. Zelda from Age of Calamity is the closest person I can see with a similar moveset to that of Lloyd's powers. Instead of using a bow, he would just use his hand-to-hand combat, which is what he's really good at using. His special would definitely be his energy dragon. He can fly around and unleash a devastating, powerful burst of energy at his foes. Pixel! Her first weapon would be themed around lightning and involve the new improved mech suit. Her mech suit is different from Nia's and is more technology-based, though she still has a giant blade with her and can use it to knock back her enemies. Her special can be drawing in her enemies, then swinging the blade to deliver a powerful, shocking blow. Her second weapon is two daggers. Nia was never shown using the daggers in the show, so why not have Pixley use it? This would be themed around ice. She would probably be very quick and smart with these daggers of hers. I imagine her fine to similar that of Zane, since they both share half a heart, and in the way similar to Olivia in some aspects. Her special could be her throwing the daggers around and then lunge forward to grab it, and then strike down her enemies. Sensei Wu or Master Wu, whichever you prefer. I couldn't really think of two weapons for the Sensei, however I really like Impa's moveset from Age of Calamity, and I believe Sensei Wu would have a moveset like that. He is much stronger than he appears, and we've seen this time and time again. He created his own dragon! He knows to use the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu! He taught his students Spinjitzu! I know this old man can fight! His special can be him using the Forbidden Scroll of Spinjitzu or summoning his dragon. That would just be cool to see! The main menu and extras. The Smith would be Ed. I know we all would be thinking the Smiths as in Kai and Nia's parents, but I'm gonna go with Jay's father. Ed would definitely be the person to improve their weapons. Think about it, he built wacky inventions and used it to help his son and his friends before. I don't see why he can't do the same thing here. You gather materials and give it to Mr. Walker, who uses it to improve the weapons and give it a bonus. Edna would be the shopkeeper. Although she is a builder herself, I feel like she would also be the one to gather material you need to improve the weapons and search for others. Material. She could change her stock too after you play a certain map. After playing a round or two, 3 of her items could change to something new. The prices can vary too. Lou could be the sound tester. So I feel like I don't need to explain this one, but Lou would be the person you would meet when you look at music and want to listen to it. This soundtrack could be something awesome. I personally love the show's soundtrack and the Warriors series soundtrack. Combine those together, I could just imagine the guitars playing with the overturn, or when they both take down the Colossus. Ray and Maya would have the My Dragon feature. The last feature is the dragons. Seriously, who doesn't miss their pets? They were so cute till season 9 happened. Well, what if you find a dragon and pair it with a character? The dragon can give a boost to defense, speed, attack, and strength. It can help a character get back up after being KO'd, or have a higher chance of finding materials. Of course, their elements would be limited to earth, fire, ice, lightning, just for simplicity's sake. this would be the main game, essentially. I know there are bonus maps, but this video is already super long, so I'll cover that in another video. Next video will be about the bonus maps with the game. It'll cover potential DLC maps, bonus characters as well. As for costumes, honestly, that could be another video as well. I can't wait to express my ideas with all of you. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye!